Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. Let's set that aside. We do have a crude oil inventory report session coming up at 10:30 this morning. Markets will open momentarily. We're getting sync possibility on the YM. Short trade at 013. Yeah, it's looking like, yep, that's off the table. It just went too far and market's not quite open yet. Still another 15 seconds. Crude oil has already hit POQ. There's target 1, so we're definitely not going to be able to get into this one. And the market is open. Soybeans popping through. No chance to get in on that. That's too fast. And that actually is, here's the warning on that one way back here. 828.27, and finally at 9:30 we get the trade comes in and it moves too quickly. Russell with a long trade. Actually, the short trade, I'm afraid, is a full loss. That's a valid trade. So we take a full loss and a win, trail to 069, and now we're short again. And that one's going to be a winner. Pull back here on the second bar. And likely in that trade, definitely should be in that trade. So that'll be our second win. Unleaded has a long setup. Unleaded has a full loss, 59 tick risk, 100 and, let's see, is that it? No. Oh, and that's right. Unleaded, that's the first trade of the day. Unleaded, by the way, is on the February contract. And now we have a short that triggered in on unleaded. Looks like, yeah, 924. And the long actually is still valid. So that becomes a possible stop and reverse. At 53. YM short, very successful, but we're not in that. We're okay. We've stopped and reversed into the long on unleaded. Now that's interesting. I would say we should be in that long, but the calculator is not tracking it, even though it appeared to be valid on the close of the prior bar. So that's money management, and target one, I believe, off of that. Target one is 977. And we got as high as 975, just missing it actually. And now we've gotten as high, yeah, then we hit it on the nose. So target one traders pick up, actually that's not 53, that's 56. So pick up 21. $24 to $56 is 32, so we lost 64. We're down 43. And that's for target one traders. And let's see, yeah, we stop out for a one tick, break even at 57. So now the subsequent long becomes valid. YM is out of its trade, as is soybeans. So the loss, win on the long, and now we're in a short. Possibly, if we get target 3, that's gonna be our last trade. That'll be 4, and there it is. There's 4 wins. 1 loss, 4 wins on the Micro Russell March contract. Please do say hello in the chat. As I said, crude got it done on this trade, getting target 2. Money management, target 1 was less than 10 ticks. So target 2 is our first actionable target. We pick up 15 ticks there, 14 ticks there, and push the stop. Once we get a target, push the stop to positive. So 69.02, picking up 1, we get 15 on the morning on the 9 a.m. session. And unleaded picks up a short. Target 2 traders are down 62. Target 1 traders are down 42. On unleaded. Pound Aussie in a short trade. This long trade probably was not, maybe got in sync right here. Actually, yeah, that was the bar where we hit our start time. So possible get in sync. Stop and reverse if you were in that trade. Just standard short if you weren't. That's gone through all 4 targets. And the trailer is at 071. So that's going to be a nice winner on the set. Should be a winning session. We would have gone from 06 to 87. $13.19 times 5 positions would be 95 tick. We'd be down 95. We've gotten, let's see, that would be 11, 20, 28, and 36. 31, 59, 89, 95. Yeah. Dead break even right now. The trailer is our win, so that we will definitely be positive on pound Aussie, whether you got that or not. Now we have a potential stop and reverse on unleaded. Looks like 76. Yep, 976, and that looks like it probably did trigger. Yep, triggering long. Long trade on the soybeans chart, potentially. That has not triggered yet. Stop down to 063 on the pound Aussie. And we got our fourth win on the micro Russell. And the short trade on the YM, $29 ticks to target 1, so that's our objective. Short from 944. Unleaded just missing money management and coming back down to the entry. Testing the 50 and 200. Crisscrossing a couple of times right there. All right. Russell is done, so I'm going to put unleaded over that. Micro NQ. Looks like a possible long here. Nope, that's too early. Yep. That one's too early. Not going to be able to get into that. And now we have a possible short. Unleaded, target 1 winner, pushing for target 2, stop at 988. 48 ticks for target, no, we lost 43 ticks. Yeah, that's going to put us 1 tick positive, plus the trailer. Target 1 traders will be positive on this trade. Target 2 traders are looking at 74 for target. And we were down 62, so that if we can get the target, both target 1 and target 2 traders will be, and there we are, both will be positive. Stop at 9.99. Unleaded, wholesale unleaded price under $2 a gallon there for a little while, from about 8:45. Or yeah, close to 9 o'clock until almost 9:45. Money management on the YM. Target 1 at 9.15. We've gotten as low as 9.16. Missed it by a tick. Stop at 9.41 now. Pound Aussie stop at 0.61. And micro NQ in the short trade. Soybeans actually very likely in this short, this add-on short, that would have gotten you very much positive, hitting all 3 targets and trailing down to 0850, 08.5. First bar is too quick, but you get a spike, a tick above the entry on the next bar, so I think that you're in that add-on. Way too fast to catch the short the calculator tracked, but the add-on was a possibility. If you didn't get that, we just picked up a long trade. That just triggered in, and we now have a potential stop and reverse back to short at 0525. Right there. Money management for the micro NQ. No change in the unleaded. Micro NQ stop 626.25. YM did stop out, missed target 1 by a tick. That's a trade for profit and a POQ. if you trade for that. Otherwise, he stopped out at 941 for 3 ticks. So it'd be 6 ticks if you didn't trade for profit. And you picked up the long at 944. That is coming close to money management again. 24 ticks to target 1 this time. $0.09 for that unleaded stop. And a new stop and reverse at 306 flat. But still long, and if you didn't get the earlier short. Soybeans per trade plan, taking this add-on short since we weren't in a trade. That was the first trade we could actually have gotten, and that would have been a quick one. And that should have gotten you 12, 19, and 26, 31.57. $11.5 to $8.5, another 12 ticks. 69 ticks. 17 and a quarter points. And that's an 867.50 on that trade with 4 positions. And then you wouldn't be in this back and forth mess. And the pound Aussie down to 0.56. In between targets 3 and 4. So very nice trade here. Unleaded stop now at 0.14. YM just missing money management. Not able to quite get up to the 50 EMA. Good morning, Don. And unleaded at 038 and stopping out. So 038 from 76, 24 and 38, 62. So POQ for, and good morning, Robert. I am still long. Unleaded is complete now. Unleaded in the February contract. The volume has transitioned. Crude is still in January contract. Micro NQ short with at least a break even. Oh, that's a mess. Looks like we just ticked into our stop and reverse short and came back up for a full stop out. So if you didn't get POQ on the short back here, we are currently flat with a stop and reverse loss and a full loss if you missed that earlier trade. Actually, if you missed that trade, you should have stopped, because that was a valid system trade. So missing that, I wouldn't take more trades, but I'm following those just for example. YM trying again to get to money management. There's money management. And target is 968, and we believe we got it. 969, yep. That's target one. That'll be a POQ. 6 ticks on the first trade, 24 on that one so far. We will trail, obviously. And so our stop will be at 44. And 0.53 for the pound Aussie. Target 4 was 0.51 for 38. So we're at 36 ticks with our 36 pips on the trailer. Actually, if you're stopping reverse, that would be 34. But if you didn't pick up didn't get the long rather that we stopped and would have stopped and reversed out of, if you just taking the short, 35, 65. 95, 103 on the targets, and so far we've got another 36. So 139 pips so far on this trade. And I believe we got a lot. Yeah, we got a target 2 win on the micro NQ. Quietly pushing down to target. So trade number 1 there is a win. So it means long trade would have gotten target 1. So if you didn't get filled on the stop and reverse, that would be, your target would still be there. Good morning, Saban. We got about another 15 minutes in here, and then I'll close this stream down and open another one for the crude oil inventory report coming up at 10:30. Long way away. All right, we're in a power of quitting trade for the YM. This trade's going to get us positive, and we did get a target 1 win. So it would have been, if it got positive, it would have been a power of quitting either way, because it's a target 1 win or 2 2 money management trades. So once it got positive, well, actually, once it hit money management, it was going to be, we were going to be positive. So that was going to be a power of quitting whether it hit target 1 or not. And now all the way down to 0.51 on the pound Aussie. 38 tick target 4, or a 36 tick, or pip rather, if you did have to stop and reverse into this trade. So unleaded getting power of quitting, crude getting power, crude getting power of quitting on its first trade, the YM getting power of quitting. Soybeans should have been one and done if you traded the add-on trade as the trade plan specifies. It would have been a quick entry. These 2 bars right here, first bar was only 6 seconds, but then it spiked back up a tick above the entry, so that should have been a chance to get into it. Not a problem, Saban. That's exactly what we're here. Okay, we'd have stopped out, and now we'd have a short on soybeans. 0.9 1/4. Hey, that's a good way to learn if you've got a trade plan that you're trading. Don't just paper trade. Paper trade to learn how to execute your trades and to validate a trade plan, but don't just paper trade just to be trading. If you do that before you understand what you're doing, you can get into some bad habits. So short on the pound Aussie, short on the micro NQ. I'm tracking the short on the soybeans. We did stop out of the YM at 9.48. So just 4 ticks on the trailer. So 24 on target, 4 on the trailer is 28. We got 6 from the first trade. 34 ticks on the day. I try to give some tips on the backpack trader style, Sabin, but I'm by no means an expert trader. I've only been at this for about 9 years now. I've been a student of Troy's for about 9 years. Now, these are telling you about what strategies or what of the backpack trader strategies we're running. The YM crude, unleaded, and the pound Aussie I'm running on Spotlight Power Trader or Spotlight Master Suite. The micro NQ and put that over there so we can take a quick look at micro Russell. Micro NQ are both Catapult Trader, and soybeans is a trade plan we trade on Counterpunch. Thank you, Robert. And yet yesterday's trade room is in the live trade room recordings playlist. It should be the last one in there. It'll be the one. This one will go in there, and so it would be the one right before this. We're running the February contract on unleaded, and the YM also is on Spotlight, so that's another one. February contract on unleaded, the YM, which is the Dowie Mini, is on the March contract. Crude is January. Micro Russell M2K is on March. Micro NQ is on March. Pound Aussie doesn't have a contract. It's just a continuously running chart. That is the Forex spot market. And soybeans is on the January contract. Alright, we've got a target to win on micro NQ, and it's challenging the stop now. Still at that 626 and a quarter. Not really much more to talk about. Micro Russell finished with 4 winning trades this morning. I would point you to backpacktrader.com website. That will tell you more about what Troy has to offer. Also, the Backpack Trader YouTube channel, where Robert was talking about finding the replay from yesterday. Pound Aussie stop still at 0.51, but it looks like it's about to move down again. Probably 0.46. And potential stop and reverse on the, it's not, yeah, it's going to be a stop and reverse because it looks like, well, it's not a stop and reverse, but the long trade entry is one tick above the stop, and it just hit both. So we are long. So long on the micro NQ. And about another 5 minutes or so in here. Pound Aussie and the micro NQ are the only charts that should still be trading. I'm still following the, and actually that's a potential white trade short that has not set up yet, because we have not had a cross. This cyan line has not crossed below the yellow in the histogram down here. That's the confirmation required to get that counterpunch, white counterpunch trade. And you had that situation here. This is the trade that ultimately ended up setting up over here once the cyan line crossed below. And Pound Aussie down to 46 as I expected. So that's 43 pips on the trailer. And stopping out. So that ends the session on the Pound Aussie. 9046. So the only active chart now is the micro NQ in the long trade. And that's not likely to resolve before we have to leave for the crude inventory report. Crude inventory report comes out normally 10:30 on Wednesdays, unless there is a holiday on Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday. Then it will be Thursday at 11. Once in a great while, I've only seen it happen, I think, once or twice in the 9 years I've been trading. It will be pushed back to Friday. And the only time I've seen it on Friday was election week, election week 2020. You had the election and, I believe, Memorial, our Veterans Day. Both come up that week. So they pushed it back to Friday. All right, now there's the short setup that I was talking about. We got a possible warning of here, but notice there's no stop and targets on that. Now the trade has become valid, and we got pulled down 2 ticks by the trace ticks. So we've got 08 3/4 now for the entry, and it did pull back. And very likely time to get into that. That next bar was like almost 3 minutes. So very likely to have had, because he did get a pullback to that entry. So that's probably a good trade. And soybeans getting very close to target. 306 flat. Looks like we got down to 306 1/4. And unfortunately, it's time to shut this one down. Still long on the micro NQ, but I'm going to have to close this one down and get my charts ready for the crude inventory report. And I will be back on for another live session for that. So look for that on the Backpacktrader YouTube channel. And we will see you back in about 5 minutes.